Hey sis, listen, I finally got divorced.
What?
Because of that, I have no money, got kicked out of my place. It's seriously the worst. Just got my last belongings from the house today. Can't believe this is happening. James changed the locks already, so I can't even return back to the house now. So, I hate to ask, but could you come pick me up? I really have no money, so I can't even get back home on my own.
Wait a minute, what's this all about? Are you really Emma?
What kind of reaction is that? I'm your cute little sister Emma. Long time no see. I mean, who else could be texting you from this number? Remember, this was my old number before I left? I kept it all these years. Hey, are you listening, sis? Come on, don't leave me on red. This isn't the time to be playing hard to get.
But this number should have been disconnected years ago.
Yeah, but I just got it working again. Had to beg the phone company for support. Sarah, hello? Look, I know it's been a while, but family is family, right? Seriously, I literally have nowhere else to go.
You've got some nerve contacting me after all the trouble you caused, and you're planning to come back here?
Well, I got divorced from James. I got kicked out of my place, so I have no choice but to go back home.
No choice, huh? Do you even understand what you did? 10 years ago, you stole your sister's fiancé and ran away with him. Do you really think you still have a home to return to?
Oh, are you still angry about that? I thought after 10 years you might have forgiven me by now. People make mistakes when they're young, right? I was only 22 then, barely an adult.
What?
Besides, I'm divorced from James now, so that whole running away thing from 10 years ago should be water under the bridge. Just let it go and come pick me up. I'm seriously in trouble with no money and nowhere to go. And honestly, it's not like you were that invested in your relationship with James anyway. If you really loved him, you would have gone with him. I just did what you couldn't do.
I don't care about your situation. As far as I'm concerned, we cut ties the day you left. Please don't contact me ever again.
Ugh, what's that about? This is unbelievable! You won't help your own sister when she's in trouble? Is that how a real sister should act? You're really going to leave me homeless? What would Mom say if she knew you were treating me like this?
You're the last person I want to hear that from.
I mean, if someone can steal your man, isn't that your fault? It's creepy that you're still hung up on it after 10 years. If you love James that much, you should have just followed him to London when he got transferred. He practically begged you to come. I remember how he kept asking you to reconsider. You're not responding, but I know you're reading these. I can see the red receipts, you know. Fine, I'll say what needs to be said.
Excuse me?
I'm saying that if you loved him that much, you should have gone with him to London when he got transferred. He even asked you to come with him. It's your fault for refusing. That's why your little sister was able to steal him away. Stop playing the victim after all this time. You always choose duty over love. That's why you're still alone.
Don't you dare! Dad had just fallen ill at that time. You know that I couldn't leave town at a time like that. Mom's knees were also getting bad, so I just couldn't abandon them. Someone had to be responsible. Someone had to think about our parents.
You're just too serious, sis. That's why your fiancé switched to your sister. You could have hired a caregiver, but no, Saint Sarah had to do everything herself.
Well, looks like that switch didn't work out too well either.
What? Don't act so smug about it. At least I had 10 years of marriage.
I heard through the grapevine that you got married, but why the sudden divorce? I actually hoped you'd be happy since you went through with the marriage.
Marriage life is complicated. You wouldn't understand since you've never been married. You have no idea what it's like living with someone. Try maintaining a relationship for 10 years before judging me. And don't act all high and mighty just because you stayed behind to take care of Mom and Dad. Someone had to live their life, you know. While you were playing nurse, I was experiencing the world. I got to see other parts of the world like Paris, Rome, Barcelona too.
Oh, is that so?
Anyway, come pick me up now. This divorce has been messy, and I've been living in internet cafes lately. I'm exhausted, so I just want to relax at home for a while. The chairs here are killing my back, and the people here are starting to recognize me. It's embarrassing. I mean, it's the least you could do after I freed you from a marriage that would have made you miserable. James changed so much after we moved. He became so controlling about money. You should be thanking me, really, because James turned out to be such a disappointment. Always working late, never wanting to go out anymore, just obsessed with his career.
Even if you say that, I'm telling you there's no home for you to return to. If you have no money, just hurry up and find a job, then get yourself a place to live.
Why are you being so cold to me? We used to be so close when we were little. Remember how we shared everything, all our secrets? Like how we used to share a room, and how I'd always cover for you when you stayed out late studying? I never told Mom and Dad about your study dates with James. I kept all your secrets.
That was before you betrayed my trust in the worst possible way.
I'm tired of hearing that kind of meanness, so just come pick me up soon. I'll send you my nearest station location later, so wait for me. The last train leaves at midnight. I'll be waiting at the station. And bring some cash if you can. I haven't eaten properly in days. The cafe only serves instant noodles. Sarah? I know you're there. The least you could do is respond. Fine, be that way. But I'm sending you my location in 2 hours. You better show up. I mean it, Sarah. I'll be waiting.
Sarah, I'm really sorry about what happened 10 years ago. I know we were already engaged, but I ran away to London with Emma. I understand that was a mistake. I know it's sudden to message you like this, but I couldn't stop thinking about you.
Oh, now it's you. Is this some kind of cursed day?
Now it's me. Wait, did Emma contact you? Did you hear about our divorce? Has she been messaging you? Please tell me what she said. Sarah, please respond. I need to talk to you. Everything's falling apart for me.
Yes, I heard about it 2 hours ago. I heard she's having a tough time, divorced and kicked out of your place.
I really tried my best to not get divorced. I betrayed so many people to get married, so I wanted to at least see this marriage through as a man. But everything just reached its limit. Day by day, I kept thinking about you until I couldn't take it anymore. The guilt was eating me alive. Every morning I wake up thinking about you.
What? Me?
When we first got to London, it was fun. We were newlyweds. London was exciting and every day was truly happy. But Emma never worked. She just kept playing around in London. Even when I got sick from overworking, she wouldn't take care of me. She wouldn't even do housework properly. She spent all day shopping, maxing out her credit cards, meeting friends for expensive lunches. I kept comparing her to you. How you always took care of everyone. Remember how you bring me soup when I was sick? How you'd always remember my mother's birthday? How you managed to balance work and family? Emma never did any of that.
But you should have known that from the start. Even back home, she never held a steady job and just played around all day. And on top of that, she dumped all the hospital visits and caregiving for our parents on me. But you chose her anyway. You saw how she was. You knew exactly who she was.
She was fun to date, but she was the worst wife possible. That's why every day in London I thought about you, Sarah. Kept thinking about how you would have said kind words to me in times like these. How you would have comforted me. These past 10 years I've been thinking about you constantly. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I never stopped loving you. You're always the one. Every time I passed by a hospital, I thought about how you stayed late taking care of your father. I'd see the nurses and remember you. Every time I saw someone helping an elderly person, I remembered how you massaged your mother's knees, how patient you always were, how kind.
Well, I haven't thought about you once. Not even when I passed our old meeting spots. Not even when I saw our engagement photo.
Sarah, I understand if you can't forgive me, but could you give me one more chance? I want to start over with you. We could make it work this time. I've learned from my mistakes.
Huh? Are you serious right now?
Of course I'm serious. I'm divorced. I got laid off. There's no point in staying in London anymore. So I'm thinking of coming back home. I want to start over with you. London isn't the same anymore. Everything reminds me of my failures. We can rebuild what we had. Remember our plans for the future?
Wait a minute. What do you mean you got laid off? Are you unemployed now?
The company downsized. I tried finding another position, but no one's hiring at my level. That's the reason why we got divorced. I couldn't afford Emma's extravagant lifestyle anymore. I want to come home right away, but I can't get in touch with anyone. Everyone seems to be angry about the past, just like you. I've tried calling old friends, but no one will pick up. I've left countless voicemails. Sent dozens of emails.
Of course they are still angry. Our engagement was known by everyone in town. Running away after cheating was like cutting ties with the entire community. Everyone watched us grow up together. They all came to our engagement party.
That's exactly why I want to get back together with you. If we reconcile, I think everyone might forgive me. We could show them we worked things out. People love a story of forgiveness. You're always the respected one in town. You accept me back. Your word carries weight with everyone. You can help me make things right.
Don't be ridiculous. I won't get back together with you for such calculated reasons. And besides, your parents don't want to see you either. Your mother's message was never show your face in front of us again.
Really? Message? Wait, are my parents nearby? So you've been talking to my parents. When was the last time you saw them? Can you contact them for me? Please, Sarah, I need to talk to them. Are they doing okay? Is Dad's heart condition better? In that case, I'll give up on getting back together with you. But could you at least tell my parents' contact information? Just their phone number? Or maybe their home address. Anything so I can contact them.
What?
Well, everyone moved because of the dam construction, right? That's why I haven't been able to contact my parents or siblings. I never thought you'd all still be together. Did everyone move to the same place? At least tell me the address. The town must be completely different now. The new development and everything.
Oh, so you knew about the dam construction, because Emma seemed to have no idea about the situation.
How could she know? She was too busy going out to even watch TV at home. Always on social media. She barely read the news either. Always just busy posting things. Never cared about anything back home.
I see. Well then, I'll give you one last message from your parents. They won't give you their address or contact information. They never want to see your face again. That's what they said.
What? They can't mean that. I'm their only son. They wouldn't abandon me. Not after everything. Sarah, please, you're my only hope. You're the only one who can help me. I have nowhere else to turn to.
Well then, you better work hard to find a new job. Your debts won't pay themselves.
Hey sis, when are you going to come pick me up? It's been a week already, and I'm seriously running out of money, so you better come get me before that happens. The internet cafe is getting expensive. I can barely afford instant coffee anymore in this situation. I've been waiting patiently, you know. The internet cafe owner is starting to give me weird looks. He keeps asking me when I'm leaving. I've got to get out of here soon.
Sorry, but neither I nor our parents are going to pick you up. Give up on coming back here and hurry up and just find a job. Then get yourself a place to live.
Why are you and Mom and Dad being so cold to me? I just only stole one man. This is such harsh punishment for that. People make way worse mistakes than I did. At least I didn't commit a crime. It's not like I killed someone. I just fell in love. That's all it was. And James wasn't even that great of a catch anyway. He turned out to be such a disappointment. You should be grateful I took him off your hands.
Huh? You still haven't reflected on anything, have you? Because of your affair and elopement, our parents and James's parents were all humiliated in front of the entire town. Everyone in town was talking about it for months. Mom couldn't even go shopping without people whispering. Our whole family went through such a tough time while you were gone.
But that was 10 years ago. It's annoying that you're still angry about that. And if someone can steal your fiancé, that's partly your fault too. Can't we just call it even and forgive each other? Time heals all wounds, right? Why can't you just let it go? I mean, I'm the victim here too. My marriage just failed. I wasted my youth on him, and now my own family won't even help me after everything I've been through.
Don't be ridiculous. Being abandoned by my fiancé and the other woman being my own sister, do you have any idea how much that hurt me? Don't say forgive like it's such an easy thing. I had to face everyone alone, while you two were having fun in London.
Sis, you're so stingy. If you don't want to forgive me that badly, fine. I'll just come home by force then. That should be okay, right? I still remember where the spare key is hidden, behind the loose brick, right?
What?
I'll use what little money I have left to come back. I'll even buy some shortbread from Brown's Bakery to apologize for the past. Then we can put everything from 10 years ago behind us. Let's all make up. You, me, Mom and Dad, everyone. Just like the old days, one big happy family again. Remember how Mom always loved those shortbreads? She'd always save the last piece for Dad. We can sit around the table like old times, have some tea together, and chat about everything, just like we used to.
Well, even if you say you're coming back, you don't even know our address.
Ha! Even if I left 10 years ago, I still remember our home address. So since I'm divorced now, I'm coming home. Look forward to seeing me after 10 years. I still remember everything about our house, every little detail, the creaky third step on the stairs, the way the front door stuck in summer, the window in our room that wouldn't shut properly in winter, the cherry tree in the backyard.
But all those memories are all gone now because our home is at the bottom of a dam.
What?
So I wonder where exactly you're planning to go. Are you going to use your last bit of money to go sightseeing at a dam?
What? Bottom of a dam? Huh? What do you mean? This isn't real. You're joking. Our house can't be gone. This isn't funny, Sarah. I grew up in that house.
That reaction. You really don't know anything, do you?
Of course. I don't know about this. I haven't heard anything. What do you mean our home is where the dam is? Wait, does that mean our home doesn't exist anymore? Oh, my childhood memories. Our room. Mom's garden. You're just lying, right? This is just to keep me away. You're making this up to punish me. You have to be.
We don't just not have a home. The entire town is gone. The whole village is underwater now. Has been for years. Everything's gone.
What? The whole town? My middle school, high school, my friends' houses? Everything's gone? The shrine where we used to pray? The shopping street where we used to buy ice cream? The park where we used to play as kids? Our secret hideout? Brown's Bakery too? Mrs. Brown's shortbread?
Yes, everything is gone. It was even on national news, but I never thought someone directly involved wouldn't even know about it. The news was everywhere, for months.
No way, you're kidding. Then where am I supposed to go? I mean, where are Mom and Dad and you living now? With our hometown and house gone, where did everyone go? Please, Sarah, I'm so confused about this. I really need your help. I have nowhere else to turn. You're my only family.
Well, I wonder where we are, but we won't be telling you our current address, so good luck finding us.
What? You won't tell me? I'm your real sister and daughter of our family. You're flesh and blood. Blood is supposed to be thicker than water. You can't just abandon me.
But we've cut ties, remember? Even if we're blood related, no one thinks of you as family anymore. You made that choice 10 years ago.
What? No, you can't mean that.
So we're not going to give important personal information to someone like that. Well, that's that.
Please, Sarah. Seriously, tell me where my parents are. Where are my mom and dad now? Where'd you all build your fancy new house? Stop being so secretive and tell me where everyone is. Can't sleep thinking about this. Keep having nightmares. I know you're reading these messages. Your red receipts are on. I'm desperate here. Please, just respond.
What? Fancy new house? What are you talking about now?
Since you wouldn't tell me where everyone is, I desperately searched for information, and I found it online. It said people who relocated because of dam construction received tons of compensation money. It said some people got like £1 million and built mansion-like houses. I saw the articles all about the relocation project. I saw the photos of the development area. The new houses look amazing, like something from a magazine. My parents must be living in one of those. They deserve it after all their hard work.
£1 million? We definitely didn't get that much.
But you got something close to that, right? You got money from the government, right? And built a new nice house with it. The websites all talked about the compensation, the new community facilities. Come on, Sarah. You can be honest with me. You can trust me with this.
Well, we did get decent relocation compensation, and since everyone in town used to live in decades-old houses, I guess any new house would look luxurious in comparison. But it's nothing like what you're imagining.
That's not fair. You all got money from the government and got a chance to restart your lives in nice houses. If you're getting such a good deal, you could at least forgive me. Everyone got a fresh start while I'm struggling here. My parents are probably living comfortably now in their new house, while their only son is struggling to survive.
Ugh.
You're all benefiting from this, right? You must be swimming in money, right? So you could forgive me now, someone who got divorced and lost his job. Please forgive me. I've learned my lesson. Think about how much this would mean to my parents. Their son returning home, the family reunited.
No, that's a completely different issue. Don't try to manipulate this situation.
Come on, Sarah, please. Tell me where you all are. I'm seriously about to run out of savings and it's getting dangerous. I'll apologize for what happened 10 years ago. I'll even get on my knees if you want. But please, please tell me where my parents are now. I can barely afford food in this situation. The landlord is threatening eviction from my house. I'll do anything, whatever you want. I can't continue to live like this. Please, you've got to help me. You're the only one I can turn to.
If you're that desperate, I might tell you, but don't regret it. We thought everyone would scatter when the dam was built, but quite a lot of townspeople ended up living together. The government apparently prepared a nice piece of land for us all. It really feels like the village just moved as one. like a transplanted community.
You mean, could it be that besides my parents and your family, everyone else? Are all the others living nearby you too? Everyone? The whole community?
Yes, everyone's here. That's why if you come back, no one will talk to you. Instead, they'll just look at you with cold eyes, thinking, look, the disgraceful idiot's son is back. They still talk about what happened. They haven't forgotten about anything. And from what I hear, you borrowed money from several local friends when you went to London. Apparently, you never paid them back. Are you really sure it's okay for you to come here in that state?
What? Oh no. Oh, that's a really bad situation. Actually, I signed IOUs with interest. I've been dodging those payments. I thought they'd eventually forget about this. It's been so long. I thought they'd never find me. I thought everyone had moved on.
Oh really? Just tell me more about these debts.
I thought everyone had conveniently disappeared somewhere. Why did everyone have to move together? You should have all scattered across the country. You weren't supposed to stay connected. It's the worst possible scenario. How much does everyone know about the money I borrowed, about this whole situation?
Well then, I think I'll let everyone know since it sounds interesting. I'll tell them I heard from James and that you seem to be doing well. Apparently, you're still in London. They'll be very interested to hear this.
Oh, wait, please keep this a secret. The interest added, the repayment amount has gotten seriously scary. I can't handle any more debt collectors. I'm begging you, Sarah. Please don't tell anyone you heard from me. I will promise I'll disappear completely this time. Just don't tell them, please, Sarah.
Well, that's not my problem, so you better hurry up and find a job to pay back that debt. Tick-tock, James.
It's not fair. It's always you, sis. Always getting all the benefits for yourself. It's really not fair. If I had known about the construction, I would never have married James in the first place. You must have known about this all along. You planned this. You must have been laughing at me all this time. Living in your fancy new house while I struggled in your perfect new community.
What? What are you suddenly angry about?
That attitude of yours has always pissed me off. You've always been sneaky, sis. Always pushing the bad deals onto me. This is seriously unbelievable. You knew about the damn construction from the start and pushed James onto me, didn't you?
Huh?
Then you pretended to be the good daughter and stayed behind alone. When the damn construction started, everyone got big money from the government together. You just pushed that loser onto me and got yourself a fortune. You're the worst. That's why you didn't even try to win him back when I stole him. You played me from the start. Everything all makes sense now. You let me have him because you knew he was worthless. You probably knew about his debts, too.
Hold on, Emma. What are you suddenly talking about? There's no way I had such a scheme. You're being delusional.
No, it was definitely all your scheme. You've always been like this since we were little. Always so calculating.
What?
Remember when you let me have that pretty dress you got for your birthday? The pink one with lace? Turns out it had a huge stain that wouldn't come out. You knew it was ruined. You always make it look like I'm getting the better deal at first, but in the end, you're the only one who benefits. It's always been like that since we were kids.
That's because you always jump at immediate benefits without thinking things through. Don't blame that on me. Your lack of foresight isn't my fault.
You didn't even tell me you built a mansion with the damn construction money. You got £1 million from the government, so why didn't you tell me? That proves you were trying to trick me. I bet you're living like a queen now, in your perfect new house, with all the modern appliances, while your poor sister sleeps in internet cafes. It's not right.
You're believing online information too? Sorry, but we didn't get that kind of money. We only got enough for building a new house and some living expenses. Nothing extravagant.
I won't fall for those lies. I know that you're trying to hide the money somewhere, so I can't take it from you. You probably have a secret bank account, offshore accounts. Show me the compensation paperwork. I deserve to see it.
Emma.
I'm also a daughter of the house that sank in the dam. That means I have a right to get money from the government too. If you got £1 million, hand over at least 300,000 to me. It's my inheritance too, my birthright. I deserve compensation too. I lost my childhood home, all my memories.
Fine, I get it. You want the money, is that it?
So you were hiding it from me after all? I knew you couldn't be trusted. You can't trick me anymore. I've grown smarter.
But first, how about you pay the £300,000 in compensation? We can talk about everything after that. For emotional damages, with interest.
What? You can't be serious.
If you're going to forcefully claim your rights, then it's okay for me to do so, right? Pay me compensation for stealing your sister's fiancé 10 years ago.
Well, even if you say pay up, that was 10 years ago. There's no need to pay for that now. It's ancient history. You can't put a price on something like that.
Then we don't need to pay you either. You left home 10 years ago. The same logic applies to that, right?
What? That's not the same thing at all. That's completely different. This is about government money, legal compensation. You're just trying to confuse things.
And you keep saying I'm the sneaky one. Let me say this one more time. I'm not sneaky. You're just an idiot who can't think beyond the immediate future. You stole your sister's fiancé without thinking, ran off to London, got divorced, and now you don't even have a place to go. It's all your own fault. All your choices led you here. Every single one of them. I'm amazed you've managed to survive being this stupid. That's actually impressive.
What's your problem? Suddenly calling me stupid? I don't want to be called stupid by someone who got their man stolen by their sister. You're just jealous. At least I got to live in London for 10 years, while you were stuck taking care of old people in our boring little town.
Then never contact me again. Then you won't have to be called stupid.
Huh? You think you're so smart just because things worked out for you? Pure luck!
If you have complaints, first pay me my £300,000 compensation. 10 years worth for running away from me without apologizing. Then, I'll share the government's relocation money with you.
Then there's no point in paying £300,000 to you. This is just ridiculous.
Well, this is pointless, isn't it? So just close that phone screen of yours, and don't ever contact me again, you stupid sister. If you send me another ridiculous message, you'll definitely be sorry. After that, I never received any more messages from Emma or James, and as far as what happened to those two afterward, they apparently had a fateful reunion at the dam when they each went to check on their old homes. Realizing they had no one else to rely on, they remarried right there on the spot. However, when they returned to London as a remarried couple, James was apprehended at the train station by the people he had borrowed money from. They were then taken to an acquaintance's factory with living quarters, where both husband and wife are now working from morning till night until they pay off their debts.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, you're not going to get away from your little sister. Running at the moment you see someone's face like that? Where the heck have you run off to? I have no reason to tell you where I'm at. I'm asking you to please not run after me, all right? Huh? I wanted to get away from you as quickly as possible. I don't ever want to see your face again, so just stay away from me. Why are you even at a place like this in the first place? I'm thinking the same thing myself. Why would my older sister be coming out of an apartment building as gorgeous as this one? This is not the kind of building some poor person like you should be seen at. Huh? Who did you just call a poor person? I'm talking about the person who had her fiancé stolen from her by me. You are a no-good loser who lost their CEO fiancé to a younger and more pretty little sister. You lost your chance at becoming rich to me, and now you have no money because of it. Yet now you think you can be inside an apartment building that's way too much for you? I was coming up to you just then to ask you what was going on with that, but you ran off the moment you saw my face. The second I walked out of my apartment building, my eyes met with the one woman I cut ties to. I couldn't even say anything because of how surprised I was, and my only choice was to run. I literally cannot look at your face anymore without wanting to vomit. It's very rude to run away from someone the moment you see their face, especially when they want to talk to you. I happen to be married to a CEO now and am considered royalty to some. Everyone sees my face and comes running up to me wanting to talk. So the only person that thought it was okay to run at the sight of me was you. I heard rumors from others about how you and him finally got married, but I didn't want to think any of it was true. Even now, Frank is just drooling over me. He made the right choice leaving you for me. He tells me all the time that he's so happy he let me have him, as I'm way cuter and prettier than you could ever be. I guess the seat as the wife of a CEO has always been reserved for me. Is that so, Fiona? Then tell me what your oh-so-happy CEO husband was doing with you. He was standing out there not even bothering to come in, just staring at the apartment building. Oh, you're going to ask about that? Actually, I'm being invited to this really fancy party that takes place tomorrow on top of that apartment building. A party, huh? It appears that one of the people that Frank works with is living on the top floor of this apartment building, in the penthouse, right? And well, everyone that works with my husband's friend, or is friends with him, of course, will be there. So the two of us will be coming back tomorrow to attend said party. I feel amazing knowing that the two of us are being invited to a celebrities party located in a penthouse way up there. So you're saying the party is tomorrow, right? Why were you here the day before looking at the apartment building like that? We just wanted to see what the place we'd be partying at is like. This is our first time seeing this place, so we wanted to make sure we knew what we were in for. If we had no idea what the place was like, then we might end up coming to the party tomorrow underdressed or something. So you both are really wanting to make everything go perfect tomorrow. Well, of course. A company owner and his wife are coming to the party tomorrow, and we need to look good for being such high-class figures. I want to make sure that I'm wearing all the right attire tomorrow in order to not embarrass him. Also, it would be nice to become the standout couple at tomorrow's party as well. I'm sure that I'll already be a sight for everyone's eyes, as I'm going to be the youngest and cutest person there. I see. So that's the reason you both were just standing out there looking up at the apartment building? You both looked like celebrities in your nice fur coats with sunglasses on, looking at a place as high-classed as this building. I was afraid you both might have been undercover or something like that. Excuse me? We are not faking being celebrities, as we both are the real deal. Did you know that the sunglasses I have on right now are worth $3,000? Is that so? I was really shocked to see you coming out of a building like that, though. So now, would you tell me why you were in a place like that? A loser like you would never be able to afford a place inside that building. Perhaps you've begun working part-time as a delivery man? Huh? Now that I think about it more and more, you were walking out with that massive cooler box, right? You must be doing some kind of food delivery now. And you were just here delivering food to the wealthy. Well, if that's the case, then I guess I can see why you were inside such a gorgeous building. You've got it all wrong. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I happen to live in that apartment building. There is no way that could ever be the case. I'm sure you're just lying to me now because you don't want to look like a failure in front of your little sister. What did you say? It must be such a struggle for you to have to carry food all the way up and down that building's stairs. But I guess that this is what happens to those that lose their CEO fiancé to another person. You've fallen so far now that you have to work part-time as a food delivery guy. Well, I hope things go well for you moving all that food around and that you someday can move up in the world.
Millie, I know you said you'd be home late, but you're all right? You said you're going out to do some shopping, but it's been over 2 hours now.
I'm sorry for making you worry, Max. I got a little bit tired and took a break at a cafe downtown. Right now I'm getting that shopping done, though.
Oh? Are you starting to feel a little bit sick or something now? If that's the case, I can go out shopping for you instead. you can stay at the cafe and take all the time you need to rest. And on the way back from shopping, I can pick you up.
No, that's all right, Max. I ran into someone I really did not want to see, and that kind of stressed my head out a little bit. I finally calmed down now, though, so I'll get to shopping now.
Is that what happened? But you really don't need to stress yourself some more to go to the store. I can do all of that for you while you relax.
I really am fine now, so you can let it go. Now, I have something I'd really like to ask you. For tomorrow's party, did you invite someone by the name of Frank?
Frank? Yeah, I happen to have only met him just recently. I was introduced to him by one of my colleagues, and recently he's been doing some work within my company for us. Also, he's been talking with me about getting himself a penthouse to move into. So I went ahead and invited him to come to my party if it was all right with him.
I see. So you happen to know about him through work, then?
Do you know anything about him? You already happen to know his name, so maybe you've been around him before?
You know about that story from my past where my previous fiancé was stolen from me by my little sister, right? Actually, that previous fiancé of mine is him.
What? Are you sure?
Just a little bit ago, I ran into both my little sister and him in front of our apartment building. She began to brag about the reason for her being around here being that she was invited to a party taking place in this apartment building tomorrow. I wanted to make sure that couldn't be possible, but it is, isn't it? You really have invited the two of them to come to your party.
You're lying, right? There's no way there could be such a coincidence.
Really, I don't want to see either my sister's face nor my ex-fiancé's face. But if Frank happens to be someone you're working with in the business world, then I'm going to have to deal with him again. As an adult, I'm just going to have to put up with this, but deep down this is going to hurt me so much.
Millie, you really don't need to force yourself tomorrow. I can let everyone know that you're not feeling well this time around. Then you won't have to show your face at all and can find somewhere to relax until the party's over. And as for the preparations of the party, I can handle them all myself.
I can't just not show up for a reason such as mine. Everyone wants to meet me as well since I'm your wife of all people. Also, I've already gotten started on a lot of dishes for tomorrow that I'd like to finish up when I get home. I really would not feel okay giving you all of that work when you already have enough responsibilities as it is.
I guess I'm not as great at cooking as you are. A lot of the people coming tomorrow have met with you before and are excited to eat some of your cooking. Already, a lot of the guests are telling me that they're coming on an empty stomach, just for you.
If there are really that many people coming who want to see me and eat my cooking, then I'll have to suck it up and push on. I promise to not run and hide tomorrow, and I'll stand my ground in front of her and Frank. I'm sure once those two realize I'm your wife, then things won't end up as bad as I'm thinking. I happen to be the wife of a very famous businessman, and I have to uphold that image as well.
Thank you, Millie. I guess you're the wife of the party organizer as well. So you feel as though you need to be there to help out. Just know that I'll be around to protect you during the party if anything does happen. Also, this might be the perfect chance for you to show your little sister who you've become.
That's right. I really want her to see what's become of me, and hopefully that changes the way she views me. All right then, I'm going to get this shopping done and I'll be home very soon. I'm going to put my all into cooking tonight so that everyone is happy tomorrow. Hey, Fiona! Why have you kicked me out of there? You open the front door right now for me. It's your fault for coming to a party you weren't invited to in the first place. I saw that you were done delivering all our food, so it's time for you to get out, you moneyless loser. Huh? I never thought I'd see the day where a food delivery person thought it'd be okay to sit down in the party after dropping the food off. Did you think that because this party is full of the rich and affluent, you could stick around and find yourself a new man? The fact that you still think you have a chance at finding yourself a rich man is kind of something I never saw you trying to cling to. I am not some food delivery person, and I'm not here to look for a new man. Now open the front door right now so that I can come back in. If you don't do that for me right now, things will not turn out the way you hoped. Oh, but this is all I've hoped for. The only people that are allowed to be at this party are those with money and those who are famous, right? You meet neither of those requirements, so you're not allowed. You always keep trying to talk down to me like I'm nothing, but I'm not having it any longer. I am not some poor loser like you think. I belong in that party more than anyone else in there right now. Huh? You think you belong in here when your little sister stole your fiancé from you and you were fired from your last job? Go ahead and keep dreaming because you've lost your job, your money, and your love a long time ago. Dreaming? You must be so jealous of me. But come on now, it's been 2 whole years since I stole Frank from you. I think it's time you just gave up on trying to get Frank or any of the other men here and faced the truth. I get that you will still want to believe you have a rich CEO fiancé and a good job, but both of those things are gone. You're living a huge lie now, and you need to realize that. I feel so bad for your confused butt that I'm starting to laugh about it. I'm telling you right now to quit it with all that BS. I am really about to hit my limit with you. I was trying so hard today to act like an adult about this, but you are making all that really, really difficult. Would you cut it out with all that whining and just go home? This is not the kind of place a poor person should be at. And to think you actually thought it was a good idea to sneak your way into a party in the penthouse of this apartment building? What an absolute freak. This is my husband's penthouse. Huh? Stop lying. A loser like you would never be able to get married. Now you think you're married to a man that owns this penthouse? Get your head out of the clouds, idiot.
So, this is the kind of treatment my wife gets. What do you think you're doing kicking out the wife of the party's organizer?
What?
I'm gonna have my wife take a break in a separate room now. I don't want her anywhere near a rat that is breathing the same air. I had to ask one of the guests who owns the room below us to let her in order to have a place to rest her head. Thank goodness for them.
What is this? Who are you? Why has the tone of all this changed so quickly?
Unlike Millie, you really are the devil in human clothing. I happen to be the one putting this party on, and Millie's husband. I'm sorry, but the person you called a loser just now does happen to be married.
What?
I'm sorry, but it's time for you to go. I no longer want to see neither you or your husband's face around here. So would you both please get your jackets and leave my place at once?
Wait a second. What? You're joking about being the organizer of this party, right? My older sister's husband. That has to be some kind of a joke, right?
Get out of here, right now. Do you understand my English? Or would you rather me call security up here and have them drag the two of you out? I can do that for you both, right now.
What?
Once my wife is feeling better again, I want her coming back to this party. But before that can happen, you both need to be gone.
What's going on here, Millie? Why do Frank and I have to be the ones getting kicked out of that party? And why are you the wife of the party thrower? You already heard from him, right? We've been married now for a year. No. There is no way you got married to anyone. I am not going to sit here and listen to you tell me such bullcrap. Huh? Because 2 years ago, you had your fiancé stolen from you by me, right? You should have never been able to recover from something as intense as that was. I thought for the rest of your life you would have been trying to get back with Frank or something. Yet within a year, you were with a completely different man? And what's even more unbelievable is that your husband has so much money that it's not even funny to joke about. No way, no way, no way. You can look away from reality all you want, but this is true. You're trying to tell me that you're married to a man who can afford a penthouse like that? I already heard about him from Frank, but he appears to own one of the most sought-after companies in this city. Why would you be able to marry someone like that? He shouldn't be the kind of person to fall for some moneyless loser like you. There were just a lot of coincidences. After you stole Frank from me, I lost both my job and my place to live. So out of fear of losing everything I still had left, I picked up the first job I could, which happened to be at my husband's company. And I'm still working for him, although now I'm the head of HR. So this was an intercompany marriage then? Normally it's frowned upon to marry someone else within the same company, but he made an exception for me and kept it a secret. Huh? What the heck? How did he keep your guys' marriage a secret then? This is like some kind of drama. I think the same thing sometimes. But this is his company after all, and since I was the woman of his dreams, he made some exceptions just for me. But to think that this random job I found would lead to me marrying the CEO is wild. There's no way, though. But what's really crazy is that I'd soon learn that his job is somehow related to Frank. This world really is pretty small, huh? What should I do? What should I do? So you're telling me that I just kicked out the wife of one of Frank's most important partners? That's what it looks like. That's why I told you to let me back in, or else things wouldn't be going as you hoped. Well, if you knew something bad would happen, then you should have explained everything to me earlier. Then I would have let you right back into your place. But that wouldn't have happened because you never care to listen to what I say. Now go ahead and explain all this to Frank for me. You might be able to learn whether or not he's still into me as well then.
I was able to get the party to end early today, and on good terms with everyone else that attended. You feeling any better, Lily? I'm gonna clean all of this up now myself, so keep relaxing in your room for me.
I'm sorry, but it looks like I just couldn't manage to stay at the party until the end. Also, Frank happens to be someone related to your job, yet he had to be kicked out. This might not look good for you in the eyes of those that have no clue what's going on.
That's not going to be a problem for me at all, so don't worry about it. Actually, thanks to you, I've been able to learn a whole lot about Frank and the company he runs. There was something about how he wanted my company to join his, and he'd be there to protect it.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
After today, I was able to learn a lot about him. Because that, I've been saved. When I'm done cleaning up out here, I'll explain all of it to you in further detail. I want you to clear your mind and rest some more for now. When I'm done out here, I'll be joining you to rest my head and talk. Please, Millie, do something to get your husband to understand what's happened here. Tell him to please not throw out the contract. We were so close to having signed.
What? Frank?
I never would have thought someone like you would end up with Max. I have a lot to ask about how that happened, but now's not the time for it. Right now, I need you to please talk your husband out of canceling the contract. If he goes through with it, then my company's gonna fall apart.
Well, I've heard about all that from him. Recently, your company's been looking for help, right? So you asked my husband to send some men from his offices over to help you out, right?
Recently, there have been a lot of sloppy people applying to work for me. Not just that, but a lot of the people I already have been quitting due to it being too busy and stressful here. Because of that, a lot of the work that should be getting done here ain't, and I'm losing all my partners. That's why I had asked one of my friends to get me in touch with another CEO that might be willing to help my company out. But to think that yesterday of all days would be the day that all my hopes and plans would fall apart. This is all you guys' fault that my company is on the verge of collapse.
Excuse me? What did you just say? This is all our fault? No way in hell. I know that the reason you can never keep all your experienced employees and only the idiots want to come work for you is because you're a terrible leader.
What did you say?
The way you flaunt your business to all the people that want to join you and the way things really are run there are completely different. You even lie to them about the pay they'll be getting, only to pay them 65% of what they should be receiving each month. Also, you have all your employees working more and more hours a week without ever giving any overtime. I know that even some of the people my husband sent over during the first month all ran off saying they couldn't work in your climate anymore.
Well, that's because your husband only sends me his most spineless employees, never any of his good ones. I asked him to send me employees that won't complain about the environment and only want to be there to get work done. And all he's been sending me is complete garbage. If he keeps that up, then I really won't be able to keep moving forward with this company. I do not want my company going under when this is the company I put all my time and effort into.
Well then, change the way you work your employees and make it an environment that they actually feel cared about in. Give them all raises and make sure they actually get time off. That would be a great place to start if you want decent employees staying with you.
You an idiot? If I do that for all of them, then my profit's gonna start falling and I won't make as much money. I should be able to do what I want with my employees, and they should be happy I'm paying them at all. So stop screwing around with me by suggesting I pay them more, give them time off.
I can't wait to see your company go. Although it's pretty much sunken by now.
What?
I'm so happy my husband canceled that contract with your stupid company. Well, good luck now, and I hope you're able to find some way to exploit the rest of your remaining employees into getting the work done your company needs to survive. Luckily, you have my most amazing little sister with you to help out. Maybe make a last-ditch effort and hire her to go work for you. Ah, and then the two of you can run that company straight into the ground together.
No way. There's no way that'll happen. Millie? I'm so sorry for saying all those stupid things to you just then. Look, I want to apologize to you for everything that happened in the past, so can you please get your husband to help us more?
Don't ever talk to me again, you screwed-up waste of a man. My husband's company is far beyond whatever crap league you try and operate your company in.
What?
Now have a great time, and let my little sister know she's not welcome around me ever again either. Right after the talk I had with Frank, he went to his company and got all his employees together to talk about the state of things. But just before he could get anywhere with the meeting, 2 members of the state came into his company and told him to shut it down due to multiple compliances regarding the way he worked his employees. And you could say that that was the final trip that caused his company to come crashing down. I heard one time from my little sister saying that she wanted me to come and help her because the place she was living was close to being lost by both her and Frank. But right after receiving that message, I went ahead and blocked her, relieving what could have been more stress to me. My husband said that it was a real saving grace to learn about the man Frank really was before committing to that contract. Had he signed on to it and started sending more of his employees to Frank's company, who knows what world of hurt his company would have felt. When it comes to parties that my husband plans to throw, he said he's going to run all their names by me before inviting them for the time being.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow.
What is wrong with you, Ruth? What the heck was all that for? Why did you come out of nowhere and spill red wine all over me? And I had just bought this brand new dress for the wedding today. Shut up! You are useless to us. You happen to be an eyesore to me, so I had no choice but to pour my wine on you. And you shouldn't even be here in the first place. Huh? But I did just as you asked and brought the things you wanted, right? You told me right in the middle of the wedding that you wanted me to go out and get some cigarettes, and so I did. And I only just got back from the nearest gas station I could find. Well, you came back way too soon. I was hoping you would be gone for a bit longer. What are you talking about? You are always getting on me about hurrying up and getting what you ask for. And also, today is the day of the very important CEO's wedding. I thought it would be wrong of me to be away from my seat for too long, so I made sure to go as quickly as I could to get you those cigarettes. And why do you think I had to leave the wedding for a little bit? I was trying to make sure there'd be one less rival during the bouquet toss. But now that you're already back, there was no point in me sending you out at all. Huh? For the bouquet toss? Wait, you're telling me you're trying to catch the bouquet today? Of course I am! This year I'll be turning 34 years old. And so before I turn into a lonely woman, I have to make sure that I find myself a man to marry. So that's why today I'm making sure that I'll be the one to catch that bouquet. And it's not going to be just any old bouquet, but one being tossed by the CEO's wife herself. So grabbing that will definitely bring me the luck to find the man of my dreams this year. And so it's for that reason you decided to get wine all over my new dress? Well, this is a very important moment in my life. This is the wedding of my CEO, and so everything that happens today is huge for me. And not only are all the employees from the company here, but so are all of the company's customers and such. Even the younger CEOs from other companies that I'm aiming at getting lucky with. So I have to make sure that I show off to all of them by catching that bouquet right in front of their very eyes. So that's what you want, huh? The main guy I'm looking at is the young CEO of the company Green Life that we just started doing business with. Last time when I first saw him come into the offices, my heart started racing for him. I just knew that I had to see what it'd be like to be married to him. Huh? Marry? So that's why today, once I've caught that bouquet, I'll get far closer to him. I'm sure he'll see it all happen, and then I'll look over at him and start my plan of talking to him. As long as I can get him to notice and talk to me, then he'll be all mine. And since I'm a strong adult woman, a younger man like him would love to become married to me. And so that's the whole point of you trying to take out the competition? But I'm sorry to say, you tossing wine all over me is not something that I'll let you get away with. If you really wanted me to be out of the bouquet toss, you should have just come and talked to me about it face to face like a real adult. Shut up, you useless woman! Ever since this wedding had started, I could tell just how much of a problem you'd become for me. Even though you are lower than me in the company, you looked around like you were better. But I'm not going to let you think that you can have that young CEO instead of me. Huh? Ever since the start of this wedding, that young man has been watching me a lot. At first, I thought he was starting to become interested in me, but then I got the feeling that he was looking at you instead. Is that so? I guess I never really noticed him looking at me, ever. Well, that's because you're still young and naive. Not only can you never get anything you're asked to do done right, but even when asked to go out and buy me some cigarettes, you did it too quickly. If you happen to grab the attention of my young man from me again, I'm going to reduce your pay. What? There is no way you could get away with something like that. And I'm telling you that I'm not trying to get with that man. Then, if you want me to trust you, go ahead and leave this wedding. Especially now that you're all covered in red wine, there's no point in you sticking around and ruining the vibe of this wedding. A useless girl like you needs to go home. Having a disgusting subordinate like you head home is not a problem at all for the rest of us. You better not mean any of that, you old hag. Huh? Whoops. I accidentally happened to use a not-so-nice word to describe you there. But even using that word hasn't subsided any of my anger. I suppose I really am at my limit with you then. I can see that recently you've been a bit rude with how you've gone about things around me. But to think that on a day as important as this you'd stoop so low? I can't believe you think you have the right to toss me out of my own dad's wedding. Huh? Your own dad? Today is the wedding of the CEO of the company I work for. But that also means that today is the day of my dad's wedding. I had been so looking forward to this day and everything. But now you've gone and ruined that for me. Huh? Wait just a second. What do you mean by your dad's wedding?
Are you actually the daughter of this company's CEO?
Yes, I am his actual daughter. When I was born, my mom ended up passing away during the birth. And ever since then, my dad was a single father, making sure to do anything he could to raise me well. I'm sure that having to run a huge company while caring for me was a tough task for him to accomplish. But thankfully, after all of that, he has finally come around to finding another woman to marry. And as his only child, I was looking forward to being able to celebrate that for him. But because of you, Ruth, everything is ruined.
You're lying, right? I never heard from anyone that you were the CEO's daughter.
Well, my dad told a lot of the top-level people to never say anything about it and just let me do my job like everyone else. After all, being known as the daughter of the CEO would have created a lot of unnecessary stress. So from a young age, it was made sure that I was raised with the best education. But I made sure that all I wanted was a job working here, and to be treated the same as everyone else for the time being.
Are you serious then?
So, I please ask that even though you know about me being his daughter now, that you keep it a secret from everyone else. If you can do that for me, then I'll keep you spilling wine all over me a secret between us.
Wait, really?
Don't get the wrong idea about this, okay? This is all to make sure that my dad's wedding is not ruined today. If everyone had to learn that the daughter of the CEO had wine intentionally spilled all over her, it would make this one of the worst days of my dad's life.
Ah, well,
All I have to do is get myself into a new dress. Now, I'm going to get myself a new dress to change into, and since that will take me some time, I won't be able to take part in the bouquet toss. So go on ahead and try with all your might to grab that bouquet.
Hey, Luna. If you have the time, what do you think about getting lunch together today? I actually have a restaurant that I'd really like to go and eat at.
Why are you asking me that out of nowhere? You had never once invited me out to lunch before. And where did calling me a useless subordinate go?
Oh, come on now. Since when did I ever call you a useless subordinate, Luna? I would never call someone as important as my coworker something like that.
Huh?
Well, once you've finished up whatever work you have this morning, give me a call or text. I'll do my best to match my timing with you and we can both go out to eat. But I wonder if the restaurant that I want to go to will be okay. It's going to be one of those general lunch places that everyone goes to for lunch during work, so that doesn't seem fit for the CEO's daughter.
I really want to know what's going on here. If you're trying to get on my good side now, you're too late. Just because of that wedding, that doesn't mean everything you did to me in the past is just gone and disappeared.
What? Oh, I'm not trying to get on your good side. I just want you and I to have a little time together since I'm your boss.
Well then, if that's the case, I'd rather us not worry about any of that. And anyway, I'm already eating my lunch as we speak.
Huh? Oh, is that right? Then I guess I'll take my lunch now and come see you. Can you tell me where you're eating right now?
No, thank you. I don't want you here.
Well, if you're going to be that cold, I'll tell you the truth. I actually have something I'd like to talk with you about. I have a small problem going on, and leaving it as is will make it hard for me to focus on my work. And so I'd like to talk to a splendid subordinate like you about everything that's bothering me.
You have a problem?
If I'm not able to do my best with my work here by focusing on my tasks at hand, then this company could run into some problems as well, right? And that would lead to your daddy becoming very sad by the state of his company. As the daughter of the CEO and being my subordinate, I'd like for you to listen to me.
Well, if that's all you want, then tell me right now. Because I am not interested in having lunch together with you.
Come on, you're being too stubborn, Luna. I'm just asking for you to hear me out about a couple of things. But if you say you'll listen right now, I guess that'll do. What I want to ask from you is that you become my Cupid to help me with my love.
Huh? And what does that mean?
I'd like for you to help me become even closer with the young CEO of Green Life. I ended up never catching that bouquet at the wedding last week, and so I never had a chance to get close to him then. But if it were to happen that the daughter of this company's CEO became a friend of mine, then I might have a chance. So, to make sure that him and I can become a couple, come and help me. At that wedding for your dad last week, him and that young CEO seemed to get along with one another really well. So there's no way, as his daughter, you can't help me get closer to that guy. So I'd like to ask that, using your influence, you help introduce me to a man like him. And in that way, you'll be helping me get married to him. I will not help you in any way with that. What? If you had some issue related to work, I wouldn't mind helping, but I have no interest in your private life. You are free to be upset about whatever it is that happens at home, but when you are in the office, you should be focused on your work at hand. Hey, hold on, Luna. What do you think you're doing saying no to your boss's request? With what you had just been asking from me, there was no relation to us being boss and subordinate. Huh? You stop right there. I am asking for your hand in all of this, so don't think you can talk back to me. I don't care that you are the CEO's daughter. You cannot speak to me that way. I'm not acting this way because I'm his daughter, though. You are. You are acting like a stuck-up jerk right now because of your status. Listen, even if you are the daughter of the man that runs this company, you are still my subordinate and I can ask what I want from you. And I'm sure you understand that you must always do what your boss asks from you. If you don't want me to go back to the days of me calling you useless, then you'd better listen to me. I want you to use your influence as the CEO's daughter to make sure that I meet the love of my life and marry him.
Even if she were to show you to me, I'd never go out with someone like you.
Huh?
I wonder who is really abusing their status right now. You're the one using your position as boss to ask your subordinate to help you with a personal issue outside the company. As her older brother, I will not let you keep doing this to Luna.
Oh, older brother, huh? You're Luna's older brother, then? In other words, you're the son of the CEO, then? But Luna said she was an only child.
I am also the CEO of Green Life, Jackson. Thank you so much for attending my father's wedding last week. And I also want to thank you for looking after my sister as she began working within that company.
What? So you're the young CEO from Green Life?
And for whatever reason, I can see that you are really interested in me. But I'm sorry, I will never be going out with you in any way.
Huh?
I'm not really fond of people that call my sister a useless subordinate, as well as doing other unjust things as she's trying to get her work done.
Wait a minute, Jackson. I think you misunderstood. That was just me talking to her on a more personal level. To me, Luna is a very important subordinate, and so I had to keep her in line.
Huh. So you spoke to her like that on a personal level then?
Also, you and I have never had the chance to talk to one another in person yet, have we? So please don't say you're not fond of me until you see who I really am. I'm sure that if you and I went out to eat together, you'd learn to take back what you said.
You have a lot of confidence in yourself, don't you?
I've been told a lot that I'm a really good-looking woman for being in my 30s. And so I'm sure that someone as young and fit as you would fall in love with me as well. And also, during your dad's wedding last week, you were looking at me over and over again, right? I know that you felt a little something for me back then, didn't you?
Back then, I was not looking at you all those times. I was just looking at my younger sister all those times. So don't think I had any feelings for you back then.
Huh?
I happen to talk with my sister about her job quite a lot. She always comes to me asking for help with things like the relationship she has with you. Always telling me things aren't going well. And about you calling her useless, that you gave her crappy jobs to work on. And when she would help you finish up a project, you would end up blaming her for any mistakes that there might have been. You really do check out as a type of woman with that toxic attitude.
That all never happened between us. I believe that maybe Luna is just a little confused about things here. I'm not the kind of boss to bully any of my subordinates like that, Jackson.
Well, if that happens to be the case, I'd like for you to stop thinking about dating me and to never bother my sister with anything besides work ever again. And when it comes to the work you give her, make sure it's the work she's supposed to do and nothing else. Now I'll be going. I just finished up having a great lunch with Luna and have to get back to business myself.
Wait, what have you done? Now it looks like that young man hates me. And why did you have to tell him about all the relationship we had in the past? I didn't do anything wrong, though. I just happened to ask for his advice when dealing with you. And it's the truth that you always called me useless and would always get upset with me for mistakes I made doing your own job. Shut up already! You're still my subordinate and you have no right talking back to me like that. All right? Go and talk to him about how you messed up and lied about what you said about me. Tell him that I'm an amazing boss and woman so that he'll start to like me again. If you don't do that, then I'll have you fired. Huh? Fire me? It doesn't matter if you're the daughter of the CEO or not. After all, nobody else knows that about you anyway. And so when you're someone that everyone couldn't care less about, being fired is not a big deal. And if you're so upset about the way I've been treating you, allow me to end it all for you. I have to ask, how many people have you fired already for not doing as you liked? I'm sorry, Ruth, but you're not going to be able to get away with that anymore. Huh? Oh. I've already heard about this stuff from some other employees. About how anyone that works under you always either gets fired or quits within a couple months of being your subordinate. But with the company becoming more interested in what's going on with your department, your best bet is to run. What are you even talking about? Don't act as though I have some sort of pleasure in firing those that work for me. But that could be just the case, right? You always try and force people to make mistakes and then criticize the hell out of them for it. And so when you've had enough picking on them, you end up firing them and moving on to the next victim, right? And if you try and dig your way out of this one, I've made sure to collect all the evidence I need. What evidence? When talking further with some of those other coworkers and employees, they made sure to tell me everything about what's been going on with you. But I am not going to forgive you for being compliant within my dad's company. Hence the reason I always put up with the way you called me names and forced me into tough positions. And after doing that for a while now, I was able to get all I needed to make sure that you never get away with it again. But what kind of evidence could you have? You've already made the choice to be fired by me, so nobody in the higher-up positions will listen to you. And I'm sure that evidence isn't anything anyway. Nobody has been fired or quit yet, so there's still lots of ears ready to listen. Ah, and did I tell you I spoke with those that you ended up firing before? They all gave me lots of juicy evidence when it comes to the things you did to them. What did you say? I can't believe I was able to get all this evidence on you because I'm sure with the way things were going between you and I, you would have really ruined the image of this company. So I've now come to the conclusion that the only way to end all of this within your department is to have you fired. Wait a minute, Luna. What do you mean, have me fired? I'm one of the big players within this company. I'm the one that puts in the effort for a lot of sales and everything that has to do with selling to customers. But you always ended up handing off your work to your subordinates, so perhaps they were the ones really making things work for the company. And all I've gathered as evidence, I'll bring to HR and have them think about you. And of course, I'll also be letting my dad know about this as well. I'll even make sure to ask him to have you let go of as soon as possible. You're lying, right? You know very well that all the things you've been doing within the company was not okay. So please, hurry up and start preparing your things in that office for when the time comes you have to leave. I'm sure that by next week the decision will be made. You can't just do this to me! Why do I have to be the one to leave this company? All I did was get rid of the subordinates that I couldn't use. Actually, if anything, it's because of them always making mistakes that I had to put in more work to correct them all. You should be thankful that I did all of that. You really are self-centered about everything. Even after being exposed like this, you're trying to make it seem as though you did the right thing all those times? I might have to show my brother all of this evidence as well later on. Huh? I'm assuming that this will all require you to step into my dad's office at some point to explain yourself, so enjoy that time with him one-on-one and say whatever reasons you'd like.
That would be the perfect chance for you to ask if you can marry his son. I'm sure that would be your last chance to get closer to my brother. You think that I could talk about your brother like that now? Well, I'm going to get back to work now. I assume that I'll have a lot more work to do now that you've lost even more focus. And I still have a bunch of your work from this morning to finish. I was able to have a delicious lunch with my brother at least, so maybe that'll help me make less mistakes. And just after that, Ruth was called up to my dad's office where she was told to never come back to the office ever again. And when the company made their final decision the following week, she had to come back in and explain everything while she cried. But my father ended up telling me that after having to come in and explain herself to all the higher-ups, she burst out saying that I was the perfect subordinate. She then followed up by saying that she was so proud to be my boss and asked that they please let her continue her work with me. And of course, my father and everyone agreed with her, saying that I was the best. But then they continued to fire her, and she had to leave the offices for good. But that wasn't the end for her, as all those old employees she fired came back to fight her in court for firing them without reason. And so now Ruth is having to go from hearing to hearing, paying one upset ex-subordinate after another for her mistakes.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
You'd better stop all of that right now. I know without a doubt in my mind that you were the one who had called the reception hall and had our wedding canceled. What? What could you possibly be talking about right now? I have no idea, Nina. I just got a call from the reception hall about it. They told me that a female with the same last name as the groom called the reception hall and said that she wanted the wedding canceled. But I went ahead and told them that it was not me. Oh my. You totally forgot about you calling them to cancel that wedding, did you? So not only are you a moneyless loser, but you seem to have no brain in that head of yours, Nina. Well, it's totally worth having that wedding canceled now if you can't seem to control yourself. What? You called them yourself to ask for the wedding to be canceled, right? Yet you went and forgot all about that and then started to blame me for being the one to call them. Could this mean you have a split personality or something? I'm sorry, but I don't want to become the sister-in-law of a woman with those problems. I think having the wedding canceled is the right move here. You are really trying so hard to hide the fact that you did this. Well, if you really want me to believe I did it myself, then so be it. At least you called the dummy reception hall that we set up for, so it's not like the actual wedding will be affected at all. Huh? You wait just a second. What do you mean by the dummy reception hall? To tell you the truth now, we lied to you about the location of our wedding. We're really having it take place at a completely different place. What did you say? You've always been up to no good when it comes to me, so we had to act ahead of you. I mean, before it was you canceling the reservations we had for the restaurant we planned on meeting you and your parents at. Then it was you canceling the reservation for us to go and have a look at some houses. So in order to be one step ahead of you, this time we set up a fake wedding, and you took the bait. I cannot believe this. You lied to me in order to save your guys' wedding? Were you guys planning on never telling me the actual location of your wedding and just having me not show up to it? Me, the daughter of a CEO? Me, who is the one whose father is the owner of a very powerful company? We weren't planning on not having you come or anything like that. We planned to tell you the real location of the wedding the day before. But seeing that you actually did fall for our trap and tried to cancel our wedding, your brother and I were totally right having set up a dummy wedding for you. You're the worst woman ever, telling the daughter of a CEO, me, a lie like that. I didn't lie to you in order to mess with you or anything, right? I just wanted to make sure this wedding would be safe from your antics. And, well, I'm happy we did end up making a plan for you. You frickin' cheeky woman! I don't want you to ever be a part of my family. I cannot believe that my little brother is wanting to marry some moneyless woman like you. No matter what you try and do to save your wedding, I'm going to have it canceled. No matter what? It's looking more and more like a good idea to me to keep the actual wedding's location a secret from you. Shut up! Do not talk back to me like that, you poor loser. I know that you only want to be a part of my family in order to get to my family's assets. I do not want some sly woman like you in my family taking all that we've worked so hard for. No matter what you do, that wedding is not going to happen. I'll make sure of it. I hope you aren't set on having a future being married to a wealthy man.
I just saw your text. I never would have thought my sister would actually take the bait and try to have our wedding canceled like that.
But luckily we did set up that dummy, so our wedding is still in the clear. However, we really need to start thinking about what to do with your sister. I didn't actually think that she'd be this against the two of us getting married.
I'm shocked by how far she's going myself. She really did it this time, trying to cancel what's going to be the happiest day of our lives.
Do you know why she's so against you and I getting married, though? I get that the family I come from is average compared to your family, Aiden. But she keeps treating me horribly because she thinks I'm without any money. There has to be another reason behind why she doesn't want me to marry you. Do you think I upset her in some way a while back and never noticed any of it?
No, I don't think there's any other reason to her craziness right now. She just doesn't like the fact that you're going to marry me. You haven't done anything wrong, Nina, so don't worry about that.
What? So she just doesn't like me then? So she doesn't like me marrying you, and that's what's driven her to do all this insane crap?
I'm sure you've already noticed this about her, but Danielle's pride is very high. She's been the daughter of a CEO ever since she was born and has been treated to pretty much everything because of it. And because of that upbringing, she has always looked down on those around her, finding that her own family will always be better than everyone else. Because of that, my dad has chosen to give up on her completely.
What?
My dad has already told me his plans regarding her. He said that he's going to end up giving his company to me when he retires. When she found out about that, she flipped. I guess she just assumed that she'd be getting the company without having to show anything for it, and would be able to live her fabulous life forever. That is probably another reason why she doesn't want us getting married. She probably doesn't want you getting part of the money I receive as CEO when you're my wife, so she's been trying to get you out of the family.
What the heck? So really, it's just her that cares about the money and your family's assets.
And I'm sure she's pretty pissed about the fact that she'll never get to become a CEO of the company my dad has. And once you're my wife, she'll probably no longer be allowed to do all the things she wants, because my mom and dad will be focused on us. She's pretty much going to lose her ability to be spoiled by the family's money, and she is not fond of that at all. And so she's going to all lengths to try and get our wedding and marriage canceled.
Well, I guess I understand now. Now there's at least some reasoning behind her madness.
My dad was always thinking of still having my sister become a part of his company. She might be a total witch, but she's not stupid. But every day her pride just continues to grow, and it's not worth it anymore for my dad to do anything with her. The fact that she thinks she's better than everyone for no good reason has really put my dad off ever wanting anything to do with her. He can tell that if he puts Danielle in charge of anything within his company, the place would fall apart in a day.
Well, nobody is going to want to work for or with someone who is going to constantly belittle them. Having her be in any leadership positions there would definitely spell trouble.
I'm sure that even she knows that she would never actually be able to handle the responsibilities, especially after she's done things like this to you. Just know that there is no way our wedding is going to be canceled by her, but we're still going to have to watch over things just to make sure.
I sure hope this wedding doesn't get harmed by her. She's like some kind of wild cat with claws that keep on going every time she feels that her future of luxury and money is being threatened.
I think once the wedding is over, she's going to give up once and for all. So, although I'm sure this is causing you a lot of worry, can you just deal with her a little more? We just have to make it to the wedding, and after that, things will be all right.
Well, we only have a month left before the wedding, right? As long as she doesn't find out about the true location of our wedding, everything's going to be fine on my end. Let's make sure this wedding goes perfectly, all right? Do you see what happens now? I think this means your wedding is canceled now. I mean, you're the bride, but you're all covered in that dark red wine now. That beautiful white wedding dress of yours is completely covered in it. What the hell do you think you're doing, Danielle? Do you have any idea what you just did to me? Pouring wine all over me like that from behind? Well, it's your fault for never telling me about your actual wedding plans until the last minute. Had you just told me, then we would have never had to come to this point we're at now. Do you really want for our wedding to be canceled that badly? Even if you are able to cancel this wedding, it's not going to increase your chance of getting the company from your dad any. Shut the hell up, you moneyless witch! I am never going to give up on getting my dad's company. The company, the money it has, and all the other assets from it are going to be mine because I'm my dad's first child. So to me, a woman like you coming into the wedding with my brother is nothing more than an obstacle. Excuse me? My dad has been saying he plans on giving the company to Aiden, but I think there's still time. A man that's been slighted by his older sister is never going to run any company. So I've been making plans all along to make sure the company falls back into my hands. I have to make sure that you and him don't get married, because if you were to become a part of my family and then started to have kids, both of my parents would fall for their grandbabies and would never turn around and let me have the company ever again. So that's why I'm going all out to make sure you never marry Aiden. So that's your reasoning behind all this then? You poured wine all over me because of your future? I find that moneyless lowlives like you look great covered in red, sticky wine. And actually, I think that once my dad sees how you look right now, he'll be on the same page as me. He would never want a disgusting woman like you to become a part of his great and wealthy family. Huh? Go ahead and cry about it, you baby. I loved the look on your face after I drenched you in wine. Thinking of how much it looked like you wanted to cry makes me laugh my butt off. You are the worst. And I mean that. Get your laughs in now for all the rude things you've done to me, because after today, you won't be laughing anymore. Stop it with all that talking and hurry up on canceling this wedding. I want a poor loser like you to get out of my life forever. You can't have a wedding anymore when you're covered in wine from head to toe. Then I guess this wedding is canceled. And once you've done that, never come around my family again. I want you to promise me that you'll stay away from my family and our money forever. I don't really care about all that, but are you sure that you're okay with this? You're about to be losing your dad, one of his biggest customers, if this wedding is canceled. And once that's happened, who knows what's going to happen to his company? What? I think you should hurry up and go take a look at your parents' faces right now. Both of them look like ghosts right now and on the brink of collapsing. So white that the color of all this wine on my dress really pops when standing next to them. Wait a second. What kind of customer are you talking about? What? You're nothing more than an average person, right? Which means all you work are like 3 part-time jobs or something to stay afloat, right? What? You had said that yourself before, right? You were talking about how back when you were in college, you had to pay for the costs all by yourself, and that required you to work so many jobs. And you were talking about how much of a failure your parents are because they were never able to save up any money for your education. And about how those two being your parents really ruined your life and turned you into a low-life runt. My parents happen to both be very amazing people. They both love to take on large challenges and even have started businesses overseas. What? They aren't really known for having any companies here in the States, but overseas they have quite a few large ones. And I happen to be their daughter. So, just like you, I happen to be the daughter of a couple CEOs. What? For as long as I can remember, I was living overseas all my life as a young girl. But once it was time for high school, I came back to the States to go somewhere here. And while I was here, back in the U.S. by myself, I got asked to do something by my parents. They said if I planned on going to college in the U.S., that I'd have to pay for it all by myself. Well, they covered some of my tuition, but besides that, I was on my own. They wanted to see just how well I could handle myself when challenged with having to be my only supporting pillar. What? And after a while of being on my own, I was able to get the hang of life and work for whatever money I needed. That's why I was talking about how in college I had to pay for everything myself. and that's why I was having to work so many part-time jobs. So that's what was going on? But of course, as a student, you can really only make so much for yourself. So for a while, I did have to struggle a bit with choosing what I could and couldn't afford. But when I think back on all that, the experience I gained was really worth it. I was able to learn how to manage my life with just a little bit of money I earned. And I don't think you should be making fun of me for gaining that kind of experience. If anything, you should be respecting me for going through something like that and making it out okay. Oh crap. My mom and dad are looking for me right now. You just told me they were both ghostly white, but right now they're as red as lobsters. I can tell that they're really, really pissed off. I'm sure they are. You went ahead and poured wine all over the bride on her wedding day. And this wasn't just about marrying your brother, but about the talks I had with your dad on a business level. I think it's only fair that everyone involved in those talks would be pissed at you. But I didn't know you were this kind of person back when I did all of that, so this was just bound to happen. Go ahead and make up all kinds of excuses for it. I'd like you to go and tell your dad all of them right now. I'm going to go now. And just as you had wanted, this wedding is being canceled. Please help me, Nina. Do something to get my dad to stop being so upset with me. What was that? What's happened to you? Did all those excuses you have not work out so well? He didn't listen to a thing I said and slapped me 3 times across my face. He has never touched me before like that. My face is super swollen now and it really stings. Wow, so he's a lot more mad than even I thought. This is all horrible. He's told me that he had planned to talk at the wedding about how my brother would be the next CEO of his company. And he had a lot of the bigwigs from his company there at the wedding to hear about the news. He wanted this wedding to double as a party for the news about Aiden becoming the next confirmed CEO. Wow, is that right? But now he's blaming me for the whole thing crumbling into shambles, and that I'm the cause for what will soon be a huge mess that he has to clean up regarding the company. And he's told me that I've embarrassed the whole family. And now that I think about it, there were around 200 people joining us for the wedding. And most of those people there happened to be a lot of the people we know from work, and those that are currently working for your dad. My dad slapped me with all his strength, Nina. He wants me to leave his family now. He told me he doesn't even see me as his daughter anymore, so I'm to leave the house. Really? So your dad is cutting ties to you now? He is! I tried to apologize to him so many times now, but no matter how much I try, he's not going to listen to me. He's even told me he's done giving me any money and that I'm to get my own money now. I'm going to be kicked out of the house right now and will be forced to live on my own. And he doesn't want me ever coming around the family again. You've always been feeding off the money that your dad's given you, right? Life's going to be pretty difficult now without any money going to you anymore. You think that my life is going to only become difficult now? I won't be getting anything from them anymore, so life is impossible for me now. I can't live without someone giving me money. But you can live in an impossible state. You just have to try is all, and then I'm sure you'll find some way to carry on, right? I don't want to try, though. I want you to go and make things right for me with my dad. If you can do that for me, then I'll be kind with you from now on. I'll even allow you to marry Aiden. What? We won't be just sister-in-laws then, but actual sisters. We already are that way, right? Sisters? You would never want your older sister to go through all this crap like I am now, right? So as my little sister, go and do something to make sure I'm saved. You do think of me as your sister, right? You've always been an only child, which means you have been dying to have a sister of any kind. If you help me out with this, then I'll be your older sister forever. I don't need some scummy older sister like you, so no thanks. What? And I don't feel bad for you at all, actually. So please stop trying to get me to help with your struggle. Do you have any idea what terrible things you've just said to your older sister? I'm trying so hard to get someone to help me out here, and I've even said I'll be nice to you from now on, and you're still going to fight back?
If you think that Nina is fighting back at you for what you've done to her after calling her such horrible things, then you really are a monster of a woman. You have no right to be asking anyone for help after what you did to her at the wedding yesterday. You ruined that wedding of ours and still haven't seemed to realize that yet.
What? Wait, is that you, Aiden? Do you have Nina's phone now?
I'm asking you to please just leave Nina and I alone, all right? I'm going to be getting the company from Dad very soon. And once that happens, there will be no place in this family for you.
Wait a sec. Why are you not on my side in all of this? You're my little brother.
Well, if you wanted me to side with you, you should have acted like a grown-up.
What?
Your pride has grown too big for your own good, and it's made living with you as your sibling hell. You always acted like everyone around us was horrible while trying to be kind to me. But it always had the opposite effect, leading up to you ruining my wedding with the woman I love. I was really hoping that you would get along with her, because I wanted to make her my wife, but you never came around to her, and that pushed me to my limits.
What?
On the most important day of my life, you poured wine all over the most important woman of my life. I don't care how long I've been your family, I'm not forgiving you over that. Now that I'm next in line to becoming the CEO, I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power to keep you away from us. I'm going to get rid of the horrible influence that's been tarnishing my family's name once and for all.
What? Wait a second, Aiden. What the hell has happened to you? You were never the kind of boy that would say such scary things as that to me.
I told you, I have to get rid of the bad influence in my family. In order to do that, I need to change into a real man. The man my family needs. The man that has to be here to protect his wife who's been hurt. I've had enough of you, Danielle.
No way.
This is not just Dad kicking you out of the family, but everyone. We are all finished with your BS and are cutting ties to you. Never, ever come around us again.
But that's not going to be good for me. I've never worked a job in my life, and you know that. And I've just been trying to live off the money Dad makes with his company. Please do anything besides cutting ties to me and ending the money you give me.
Then you get your butt over to us right now and apologize in person. You come tell us just how sorry you really are after ruining our wedding. If you want to be forgiven for all your sins, then you're going to have to start by begging. I want you on your hands and knees begging us for forgiveness after pouring wine all down my wife's head and dress.
What?
Although I'm sure you of all people will never be able to understand what I'm asking for. You probably have no idea what trouble you've just caused for your whole family yesterday.
But you're asking me to get on my hands and knees, all because I poured some wine on her?
I never said I was going to force you to come here. I'm just saying that if you don't come over here right now begging for our forgiveness, then we're done with you.
What?
Honestly, I'm starting to think it's better not to forgive you. I'd actually like to see you struggle for the rest of your life after what you've done. I want you to turn out like Nina after having to go through a difficult time in life that's made you fend for yourself. Do your best with that new life you have coming, Danielle. I promise I'll be doing my best as the next CEO of Dad's company.
After that, I'm not sure if it was her pride getting the best of her or not, but Daniela never came to us to apologize and beg. And she eventually did end up getting kicked out of her parents' house and forced into a small apartment downtown where she's begun living on her own. But, of course, never having learned how to take care of herself, she's had trouble finding a part-time job where she can actually last more than a couple of days. So because of that, she's had a really rough time getting back on her own 2 feet. However, I'm thinking that someday she will be able to learn her way around and become a better adult from it. As for Aiden and myself, I had managed to have a spare dress prepared for me in case any sort of damage occurred to the main dress. So all I had to do was go grab that backup dress and wear it to my wedding, which had been put back on. But before getting the wedding started again, we made sure to not let Daniela get any word of it. So we made sure everyone didn't post or say anything about it online to keep her away. I really hope that by having her excluded from the rest of her family and the company now, she'll learn that everything she did was wrong. And hopefully, if and when that day comes around, she's supporting herself well enough that she never has to make an attempt to come. You've got to be seriously kidding me right now. You've completely sunk your jaws into my older brother, haven't you? What on earth do you think you're playing at? Huh? Haley, what are you talking about? I haven't got a clue, to be honest. I went to all the trouble to go over to my brother's house and hang out with him, and then I see my brother making food. That's not his job to do that. You should be the one who cooks and makes the food for the household. You're the one who's the wife, not my brother. Stop making him do things that he shouldn't be doing. Okay. First of all, he's in charge of the household and he does whatever he can to help out. He's actually very good at cooking, so he likes cooking dinner for us. And he decided to take that responsibility on as his job allows him to work from home. Are you kidding me? That's not how it should work. Just because he works from home doesn't mean he has free time, right? It doesn't matter if you work at home or in the office. He still works hard and shouldn't have to do any housework. In fact, it's quite difficult between switching from an office job to also doing housework. You should be the one taking care of the house. Yeah, you've made your point, Haley. I know what you mean, but I've got a long commute. It would be more efficient if Nick did all the housework as he's around more often. Instead of me doing that, I pay for all the living and food expenses. I don't get why you're always coming at me. You've got some kind of beef with me, obviously. Let's just show your beef with me was ranked top of the charts, and of course it's delicious to have. You're just such the jokester, aren't you, Selena? Thinking that you can make fun of me? So what, you're only just going to get carried away with all the living expenses, so my brother is left with nothing. My brother really threw his life out the window by marrying such an old hag like you. I guess it's just a normal thing for you only parting out for the living expenses, isn't it? What are you even talking about? Since I'm coming over, it's only natural for you to stuff your face full of food. Of course, I'm your husband's sister after all. It's fine to be anxious. But it's just common courtesy to treat me with some respect, though. Me treating you with some respect? Are you kidding me? You do realize that you just called me an old hag before. I don't see what's so wrong with calling an old woman an old hag. You're just about 6 years older than my brother after all, so the old hag and my brother did get married, you see. I wouldn't get too carried away with getting much support as a wife. You're responsible for all the living expenses and the housework. Are you serious? You think that I'm going to take all of the responsibilities on by myself? But you're completely making a mockery out of my brother. You do realize that, right? For today's meal, we'll have my brother cooking the meat, all right? You'll just smile and eat the meat like you're supposed to. It's not always like this, okay? It's just a rarity for him to cook for everyone. But, well, it's almost always like this, though. He's the one that cooks. I want us to eat freshly made food, and so it's important to sit down and eat first. Are you kidding me? It's always like this at your house? If that's the case, then I'm going to be checking on you every day until things change. I'll keep a close eye on you so that you're not using my brother for everything. It's not fair on him. Wait, what? You're going to keep an eye on me? Don't you think that's too much? Nope, it's just necessary. From now on, I'm going to come by your house every day and eat dinner until I see some change. My brother is to never make dinner again, as it's not his responsibility. You're going to be the one cooking for my brother and me as well. You're to stand and wait in the kitchen until we've finished every last bite of our meals. I intend to teach you the right way to be a wife, since you obviously have got no idea how. But that's just not going to work out. No matter how fast I try and leave work, I'm never home before 8 o'clock at night. And you're saying that I'm the one who should be cooking every meal? Well, all you've got to do is try harder at being a good and obedient wife and make food for my brother. At least try and be home around 5 so you can cook food. If you're any kind of wife, your family should be more of a priority than the work you're doing. But my work isn't going to allow me to come home early, and they know Nick's at home to do things for me. I don't care. Be a decent wife for my brother. When I'm finished my college classes for the day, I'll come straight over to your place. In addition, I'll be checking that you're doing the cleaning and laundry along with the cooking. I'm going to test you if you're actually a suitable match for my brother. I'm going to do a thorough inspection of you, Selena. Nick, I need to talk to you. I was wondering if you could talk to Haley. It's about her coming over to our house. She needs to stop coming every day. It's stressing me out. I'm surprised at how much she consumes, and it's costing us a lot to feed her as well as us. Above all else, she keeps calling me to hurry up and get home to do chores.
Oh, Selena. I'm really sorry about that. I've told her so many times to not interfere with my marriage, but she doesn't listen. She says it's for my own good, that she's inspecting you. That's why she's not listening to me and is telling me to stop spoiling you.
It's obvious that Haley has a thing for you, and that's why she's always trying to slot herself into our lives. I never thought that this would happen, even after we got married. I thought I was allowed to marry you because you and the rest of your family accepted me.
It seems that Haley doesn't acknowledge us as being married at all. She doesn't accept that we're together. I was told by her that it's not too late to go and marry someone else.
Are you for real? She said that to you? She has some guts saying that.
It seems she doesn't really get the fact that I'm in charge of the housework. I wanted to be in charge, and it works well for us. She seems to think that you wanted to marry because you wanted to make me your housekeeper, or something ridiculous like that.
You've got to be kidding me. You're my husband. I never want that for you. Honestly, I was thinking of hiring someone to do our cleaning. It must be really hard for you to balance work and the housework at the same time.
No, it's not difficult for me at all. I enjoy getting the break from work to do housework. It's relaxing. Even though I don't earn much for us and have a lot of free time, I don't see any need for us to hire someone to clean our house. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. I can handle it all just fine. And if I can't, I'll tell you.
What? Really? Are you sure? I really don't mind if you're struggling with that, but if you're fine doing it, I won't.
I just feel bad that I'm not doing as much as I thought I'd be doing with becoming a freelancer. I thought I'd be piled up with actual work. I never expected my income to drop so much. It makes me feel bad. That's why I feel like I've accomplished more in the day when I've got housework to do. Please don't take that job away from me as well. I've got this.
I did notice that you were stressing out about the drop in income. I'm telling you now, I'm working as well, so you don't need to worry too much about the money you earn.
But it makes me feel like I'm not doing anything productive for us. Even though I'm younger than you, my income has decreased a lot. I'm really sorry for being such a hopeless husband. I feel like you can't rely on me at all. It's also because of me that Haley has misunderstood our situation, what you do for us.
I just thought that her and I would just get along, but I've just got no idea how I can do that. I guess I don't have a choice but to act more like a wife and do what she's told me to do if I want to get on her good side. But anything I try and do at home, I can't live up to your standards of cleaning, folding, and cooking.
You don't have to be good at everything you try and do. I'm here to help you. Also, she's got no idea how much I earn and doesn't have a right to tell you what to do. I mean, I'm just a low-earning freelancer. Let me explain to my sister that you're the breadwinner and working really hard for us. Also, I should probably mention about Haley's tuition fees.
Huh? Why do we need to talk about her school fees for?
I feel like that's something we need to discuss, right? Both my parents passed away at an early age. As the older brother, I should be the one to pay for Haley's school fees. But I never expected that I'd fail at being self-employed, so I should tell Haley that it's actually you who's paying for her schooling, and maybe she'll back off from you.
No way. You can't tell her that, Nick. I'm telling you now to keep that a secret to yourself at all costs. Do you understand?
But I don't get it. Why do I have to keep it a secret? If I tell her you've been paying out for it, then she'll change her view about you. In fact, I think you should be the one to tell her the position you're in.
But I don't think it's a good idea to say anything. I'm not really paying for her tuition out of the kindness of my own heart. I just didn't want you to feel bad about all the expenses you had to part out for her and feel how bad I felt as well. Like you, I lost my parents at a young age. I had a hard time going to college without any scholarships or allowances from my parents. There are just some hardships that are better left unsaid. No one needs to know about those payments. It's like I'm paying without permission.
But Selena, you've given so much to me and my sister.
Besides, I want Haley and I to be equals, not higher or lower than the other. Even though we are in-laws, we're sisters as well. If there was a lot of money involved, I'd be strangely reserved and wouldn't know how to get along with them. I want Haley and I to have a relationship without any reservations. I want a sister of my own as well. Therefore, we'll make it look like you're the one who's paying for her tuition, okay?
Are you sure? If you want to do that, we can. I'm sorry, I just want everyone to get along and maybe saying something like change her mind about you.
It's okay, don't worry too much about it. Let's hope we can convince Haley to be more friendly to me. No matter what, I can't get home from work any earlier than I do now. I don't have time to make a lot of food for Haley. It would be helpful if you took charge of the housework and the cooking if I don't make it home in time.
Of course, that's not a problem. I'll do my best to take care of all the errands. I'm also working hard with my job as well as the housework. I'll open up more businesses and get more work for myself. I'll show you someday that I'll be able to pay for my sister's tuition all by myself.
I look forward to seeing how hard you work, but don't overdo it too much. I still want a functioning husband at the end of the day. Well, what did you think would happen, Selena? I just filed the divorce papers between you and my brother. With this happening, my brother should finally be freed from your grasp. I won't let my brother be in love with you anymore. What the heck, Haley? What divorce papers? What are you talking about? Don't do anything hasty, Haley. Why would you do this to me right now? This is all your fault, Selena. Good thing the lock's been changed. That's why you can't get back inside the house. Nick changed the lock all on his own. No matter how many times I told you to stay away, you still came by every day. It's not like I didn't give you any instructions. I'm not the one who's lying through their teeth. You are the one that's been bossing my older brother around like some kind of pet. You told him not to let his troublesome sister in the house, and he was too scared not to obey, so you've just made him your puppet. If I'm there, you can't treat my brother like a housekeeper. I don't treat him like a housekeeper in the first place, Haley. My brother is so kind, has good housework skills, and is the best man. What's more, he has quit his outstanding job at a large company to be a freelancer, and this is how you treat him? An old hag like you sticks to my brother like a parasite. You need to release my brother and leave our family alone. So, as a last resort, I filed divorce papers on your behalf. What do you mean that I'm a parasite stuck to Nick? That's so wrong. It's not like I'm dependent on him. We complement each other's weakness and get along well. Really? You think I'm going to believe any of that crap? Are you being serious right now? We all know you suck the youth out of my brother and put him to work all the time. What do you even mean by that? You've got no idea how things are run around here. If I was my brother, I would dump you and marry a different woman who is wonderful and does what my brother says. But because you're such a parasite, we can't escape you. My brother is the kindest man on this planet. I'll be the one to throw you out if my brother can't do it, but it's all okay now since I filed the divorce papers. My big brother can finally escape from his parasite of a wife. We've been unable to communicate about this issue. I can't believe this has gone so out of control because of your assumptions about me. Oh, shut up, you old hag. I don't need to hear this. You're to no longer be called my brother's wife. I'll make you disappear. So you don't think your brother isn't a parasite? Huh? What do you mean? Even though I've got a big heart, I'd be furious if someone were to file divorce without my permission. When things like this happen, I've got no choice but to tell you everything that's going on. What the heck are you talking about? What do you mean by everything? I mean, I'm not the one who's treating my older brother like a parasite. That would be you. But now he's able to live off the money I make. I'm not the one who's a parasite, Haley. What? I don't get what you mean. I'm sure Nick could have married a more beautiful woman that obeys him. Of course, to a girl who's younger and prettier than me. But now he can't live without me in his life. That's why he can't marry another woman, even if he really tried to not love me. I do wonder what to call this situation if I'm not the parasite here. Whoa, okay, just hang on a minute, okay? What's wrong with my brother living off your earnings? My brother is a successful freelancer. You both earn a lot of money. He's made a lot of money by starting his own company and leaving his other job. I'm sure that income is more than double what it used to be. He's using my money because his freelancing job isn't going so well. He's earning half the income that he earned at his previous job. He's more dependent on me now to earn money for the family. What? That can't be. How can he be dependent on you? It's true, Haley. He said that work is harder to come by than he expected it to be. He's doing his best in sales, but don't you think he's too kind? That's why he gets haggled to only paying the lowest price for his services. so it doesn't lead well into the next job he does. To be honest, his income hasn't increased at all. Are you for real? He's earning pennies for all his hard work? This isn't fair. That's why he can't live without me, because I part out a lot for us. I pay for all the living expenses and taxes. Sometimes I even help him out when he gets into debt or takes too much from his overdraft. But my brother's the one paying for my school tuition. Since my parents are no longer around, he's taken over in their place. He's been paying for my fees for quite a long time. It's impossible for my brother to have such a small income and still pay my fees.
That's right. I didn't have enough money to pay for your schooling, so she's been the one helping pay for you. Actually, she paid for all of your tuition.
Wait, you're the one who's been paying my fees? Wait a minute, is that you, Nick?
And yet, what did you do for me, Haley? I can't believe that you filed a divorce between Selena and I without telling us. Did we even ask you to do that at all? Did I ask you to release me from this family? Why would you do such a selfish thing to someone who's been trying to help you?
I've only been thinking about what's best for you, my brother. I've only been used to you being in my grasp, not another woman's. Even though she's your wife, she's making you do almost everything at home and leaving it all up to you. That's not your job, it's a woman's job. I definitely thought that he was suffering under your command.
And whose idea was it that the housework should be done by the wife? Your ideology is so archaic, Haley. You're just a student. So why are you being so stubborn and acting like this toward me?
I'm just looking out for my brother. Are you really not the one paying for my schooling? Is it actually her?
Yes, she's been paying for you to go to school. Since I failed to become more independent, I couldn't wait to show her this side of me. But she wanted to remain kind to you and try to pay for all of your tuition by herself.
Oh, is that how it went down then?
What's more, I asked you to think about my feelings in all of this, and this is what you do to me. She's a lovely and kind-hearted person. I've been very lucky to have married a woman like her. But because of you, it's completely ruined. How on earth will you take responsibility for this?
What? I don't know how. I was just trying to protect you from her. I never thought something like this would happen.
If you don't take responsibility for what you've done, I wouldn't bother showing your face in front of us ever again. I don't want to see your smug face in front of me or my wife.
But what for? I hardly did anything wrong. It was all just a misunderstanding, that's all.
You should be the one to repay back the tuition that she paid for. Whatever you do, even if it's just a loan, it'll definitely be repaid. That's the least you can do for me, as I looked out for you since our parents died. Other than that, I've got no intention of having anything to do with you anymore.
Now, please, just wait a minute, Nick. It sounds like you're wanting to cut me out of the family. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not just wanting to do that. I'm going to do that so we don't have you ruining anything more in our marriage. I've said this so many times already. I want nothing to do with you anymore. I tried and I tried, but I'm done.
What does this mean?
Don't show your face at my house ever again. I should have done this a while ago. Enjoy life by yourself, little sister.
No, Nick, please. You can't do this to me. You're all I've got. Don't leave me alone. I later found out that the divorce papers were not filed properly. Thanks to the government's response, the general rule is that they don't accept submission by anyone other than the people involved with the divorce. So it seems that the divorce wasn't accepted by the courts. However, Nick had no intention on forgiving Haley for what she's done. From now on, it seems that he'll not provide her with any assistance other than her school fees. He's also ordered her to repay the debt for submitting divorce papers without our permission. With that, she started to work part-time at a bar to pay it off. In order to not get on her brother's bad side any more than she has, I hear that she's working hard on her studies and paying off the money she owes him. The kinder people are, the more angry they get when you betray them. Nick said that no matter what happens, he won't interact with her anymore. And that's what he'd do for the rest of his life.
Are you freaking kidding me, Aya? He'd gone ahead and done something extremely useless now. It's 'cause of you that my date that I was going on was a complete bust.
Why are you blaming me for that? I just happened to send something you had forgotten to your address while you were on that business trip. But lo and behold, you haven't even been on a business trip. Rather, you went off to have an affair. You should start by apologizing to me for that.
Huh? You're the one who should be apologizing to me.
What?
I was just going out to see that woman for a good time out. You ruined it. And right as she had come over to see me at the hotel, she found out because of what you sent me that I'm a married man and left. It's all because of you that the money I spent to get this hotel and be with her all went to waste.
So you're not going to apologize to me then? You were the one hiding me from her, all so that you could cheat on me. And you lied about going on a business trip, all to cover up the fact that you were going on a trip with her.
What's wrong with me cheating on you? All of us men are doing it now, and it's not something you should be getting upset over.
Huh?
Actually, I was doing a pretty good job hiding it all from you. All in order to keep my cheating from ever hurting you. But you went out of your way and found out about how I'd been with another woman. This is all your fault, Aya.
What the heck, Hudson? You already stabbed me in the back, and now you're saying things like that to me? Normally, one would be saying that they are sorry to me after doing something as crazy as that. That's all I've been waiting to hear from you, Hudson.
Why should a husband ever have to apologize to his wife? You should definitely be the one apologizing to me. Say you're sorry for being a wife that can't seem to read the air.
Excuse me?
I'd planned for this trip to be a way to become even closer to my girlfriend. In order to do that, I made sure to get us the best hotel room that place could offer me. But because of you just wasted all my time and money that I put into this trip. Don't you think it's only right that you should apologize to me for that?
This is getting way too crazy now, Hudson. Are you actually being serious right now? This is your third time this year now that you've been caught cheating on me. What the hell are you trying to do here?
I'm doing whatever I want. That's what. I already have to work most of my life away doing a job that I can barely ask myself to do. So it's only fair that I'm allowed to do what I want where I want to. And it all has nothing to do with you.
What?
Just because you have a better job than me that you actually like doesn't give you the right to treat me like this. Because remember this, no matter how well you're doing in your career, having a husband that cheats on you makes you the worst of the worst when it comes to women. You're the kind of crappy woman who can barely keep her own husband around you.
Huh?
Oh, and to make yourself look even more crappy, you went and got in the way of your husband and his girlfriend. I have no choice now but to stay at this hotel by myself and wait for my vacation to be over before coming back to you. And since I'll have some time on my hands now, I might go out and find myself a cute younger woman around this area. So while I'm at it, don't you dare get in my way again, you crappy woman.
Hey, Aya. What exactly is going on here? What was I hearing from you? Did you really just tell me that my son has been cheating on you? And that is correct. Apparently he's now cheated on me 3 times this year. Or at least that's how many times I've caught him doing it. At this point, I'm pretty much done being his wife. But every time I want to tell him things are over with us, he tries too hard to get me back, saying that he will never do that to me again. That's why I was hoping that this time you could say something to him that will get him to let me go. You want me to tell him to stop cheating on you for your sake as his wife? Well, listen here, Aya. It's your fault for letting my boy cheat on you. I will not listen to you try and act as though you're the victim to all of it. What? I have been hearing a lot of things from Hudson lately about you. He's told me that you got a promotion within the company you're working for. And because of that, you've been making more than he does every month, right? Yeah, I've finally been promoted to a department manager. Due to all the work I'm having to do now and the responsibilities that I have, I'm making around $200,000 a year. Well, so you're making that kind of money now? What I'm seeing here is that even though you are Hudson's wife, you are now making more than him. I think it's right of my son to be cheating on you for being as audacious as that. Wait a second. What? Why am I being blamed for him cheating on me? All I've been doing is working my best to move up in the company for both Hudson and myself.
Yet you're telling me that it's my fault that my husband is cheating on me? That's right. As a wife, your job is to walk behind your husband, not in front of him. However, right now you are walking in front of him, making more money than he is. You've really gone and hurt my son's pride now because of that. You are a failure as a wife in my family. What? You think that just because you can work well within that company that you're better than he is? There's no meaning behind a woman making the kind of money you are at the moment. It's because you have all those responsibilities now at work that you can no longer focus on your husband or bear any kids for him. You are not only a failure as a wife, but a failure as a woman in general now. There's no way. I have just been doing my best to make a great future for Hudson and I. Really, you are a huge problem for my son and I. Not only have you gone and left the nest behind in order to make more money than your husband, but you even allowed for him to start cheating on you. I feel so sorry for my poor little baby, having to have a monster like you as his wife. He had no choice but to go out and find himself another woman behind your back. So you don't feel any bit of sorrow for me? Huh? I've been putting all my time and effort into working that job in order to support my husband. But right as I've been showing my worth to him as his wife, you both are going to blame me and call me a bad wife? And you're totally fine with him cheating on me because I'm the one that's made him cheat? I should be the one you feel sorry for, not him, right? Well, if you feel that we should feel bad for you, then maybe it's time you leave my son for good. You can go ahead and divorce him, and not one of us is going to complain. What? It seems to me that my son is very attractive to the ladies if he's able to cheat on you with that many women. So if you were to divorce him right now, neither of us would bat an eye. If anything, that would make the perfect chance for my son to find a proper woman to make his wife. Are you being serious right now? I am. I really believe that we are better off without you. We have no need for a wife that's going to cry and complain all the dang time. I think it's time Hudson and I have a change in the family. Is that what you think? I understand then. I would actually like to go home to my parents now. I happen to be hated by both my mother-in-law and my husband now, so there's no point in sticking around. That's right. Go ahead and run off back to your parents. And don't you ever come back to us. I hope you'll take the time back at your parents' place to think about just how horrible of a wife you really were. Hey, Aya! What do you think you're doing staying at your parents' place for that long? I am tired of you staying quiet and hiding from us. What? Is this you, Shelley? Been a rather long time now. Before you start going on about anything, I want you to apologize to me. I had thought for sure that after 1 month you would have realized how bad of a wife you'd been and come back to your husband. But it's been a whole year now and you haven't spoken to either him or me about anything. You told us you would be there to have your baby after saying you had gotten pregnant as well, but you should have had the baby by now. How much longer before you get your butt back over here? What? You have not spoken to Hudson at all this whole year. And since you're not coming back to him anymore, you are forcing him to have to take care of himself. What kind of a wife do you think you even are? Shelley? I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. If you are really going to take that long to learn from your mistakes, then I'd rather you not come back to us at all. And that means I want you to divorce my son right now. I'll have him get married to his current girlfriend after you're gone. What? You'll have him marry her? That's right. Did you know that this whole time that you've been at your parents' house doing God knows what, my son has made himself another girlfriend to replace your love? And this time he's been going out with her with the goal of marrying her. But you already know all of this is what you get for never coming back to him and letting a whole year slip by. And And so because of all that, I want you to get that divorce from Hudson right now. And let me warn you not to divorce him asking for any money either. No settlements or anything are coming out of my boy. You are going to say that the reason for the divorce was due to your incompetence as a wife. It was a good choice of Hudson to find yet another woman after you've been away from him for so long. Listen, Shelley, can you please hear me out for just 1 second? I think there's some kind of confusion here. Huh? What about anything I've said has been confusing to you? Now stop with the talk and send those divorce papers in for us at once. You divorce my son right now, you crappy woman. A real woman would never defy what her mother-in-law is asking from her, so hurry it up. I am with my mother-in-law right now, though. Huh? So you asking me to hand in some kind of divorce papers like that isn't going to do anything. I went to the courthouse a year ago, actually, to hand in the paperwork to divorce your son. What do you mean? What do you mean you got a divorce 1 year ago? That's exactly what I mean. I've been divorced from Hudson for a year now after taking the paperwork to the courthouse. So please, go ahead and have him marry that girlfriend of his if you really want that for him. I have nothing to do with any of that anymore. Huh? I never heard anything about how you and Hudson got any kind of a divorce. Hudson never said a word to me about it. So you're telling me that while over at your parents' house, you went and handed those papers in without our approval? Without your approval? You were the one asking for me to leave him since I was such a bad wife. Actually, you both made it seem as though you wanted me gone, so I did just that for the two of you. Huh? Both you and Hudson were blaming me for being this crappy woman you wanted me to believe I was. Calling me a useless wife as well. A bad wife. So that's why I finally came around to agreeing with you and getting that divorce. Then I returned back to my parents' house, and soon after that, I got remarried. And as of right now, I'm with a very loving husband and a super kind mother-in-law who both care for me very much. Even now, I'm out with my mother-in-law getting coffee and having some laughs at the local cafe. Wait. What are you talking about, Aya? I'm sure I did tell you that the best option was to get a divorce at the time. But I didn't think you'd actually go ahead and divorce Hudson. And you actually went out and handed the papers in during that time? What? So what were all those terrible things you said to me? Just some sort of a sick and twisted joke to make me feel bad or something? You are far too old to be saying stuff like that to me as a joke. But I suppose you really don't know what's right and what's wrong still. Huh? I'm going to let you in on a little life secret here. It is very easy to hurt someone with the words you say. And in my case, both you and your son said horrible things to me. Being with your son and having you as my mother-in-law was one of the worst times of my life. I tried so hard to make things work out, but every time I try something, you both would fight back, making it worse. And, well, after being cheated on a few times by Hudson at the time, you came in for the final blow. You're saying I did? Well, after coming to you for help with him, you told me straight up that getting a divorce from him would be the best for all of us. Do you have any idea how badly hearing something like that from you made me feel? But now you're going to tell me after a whole year has passed that that was some kind of a joke? How much longer are you going to treat me like I'm some kind of an idiot? What the heck? What's with you acting like you're better than me? You don't get to talk to me like that just because you divorced my son. I am actually very frustrated with you for divorcing my son without our approval, but whatever. At least now Hudson doesn't have to worry about a thing and can hand in his marriage papers to that woman right away. That's totally right. I'm very happy that I was able to hand in those documents a year ago before coming back to my parents' place. I need to go and tell Hudson the good news right away. Then he'll be able to get himself that young and cute little woman he's been going out with. And I'm sure that this time she'll be a proper wife for Hudson.
Hey, Aya. Yo, you actually went through with getting a divorce from me? You've already gotten married again back in your hometown.
And why are you talking to me about that? I understand that your mom was shocked by all that, but you had to have known we got divorced, right? I told you the moment I was on my way home to send me those divorce papers we had. And you went ahead and did so, right?
I did. I didn't think you'd actually go through with handing them to the courthouse.
Really? You do realize that the only reason I would be asking for you to send me them is in order to sign and hand them in, right?
I just assumed you were using them as a way of protecting ourselves from ever having to actually get a divorce. Well, they're more for me to have a way of getting you to stay with me, but... And so I thought you just wanted them for me as a way of reminding yourself that I'm your husband and that I was in charge.
What? I asked you to send me the divorce papers, which you did, and then ever since that day I hadn't said a word to you? And you thought for some reason we were still going to be married after what happened there?
Shut up. Normally one would say something before handing things like that in. But you never did that, so all of this is on you.
Here we go again. You're going back to blaming me for everything. Well, you can forget about me because we're no longer a thing, and you have a girlfriend now that you need to marry. I've already heard about her from your mom, but you happen to be with a woman you're actually planning on marrying now? Well, go ahead and have a wonderful life with her, please.
What about any of this is going to be wonderful? Her and I already broke up.
What? You both broke up?
A lot of things changed with us. My mom and I were planning on having me divorce you and then marry another woman. And that's why I had made sure my mom was there to introduce me to a woman like her. But just as things were looking good for me, that witch told me she has a husband.
What? So the girl you were dating ended up having a husband?
I was so serious about wanting to marry her. But she told me in the end that she was only with me to fool around. So her last words to me were that marriage would never happen between us, so that she ran. But what makes all this worse is that her husband found out about me. So right now I'm being asked by her husband to pay him a settlement that I can't refuse.
Oh my gosh. You really went ahead and got yourself into quite the predicament there then.
Having to pay that kind of money to her husband is going to be impossible for me. Since you're never around for the whole year, I've had to eat out every single day. And when the house would get so messy that I couldn't bear living in it, I had to call professional cleaners to come do all that work for me. I've been having to use up all my money every month, as well as most of my savings on all this crap. Right now, I have nothing in my bank accounts.
Really?
That's why I need you to come back to me right now, or else I'm doomed. You happen to be making more money than me, so I'll be fine having you as my wife. I want you to come back to me and pay off this settlement. But tell me, why the hell did you get that divorce without my consent and get married to another man? Stop screwing around, you whore.
Excuse me? I think you're the one that needs to get real with me, mister. How about instead of asking me for money when you're broke, you go and ask your mom, who you always have as your buddy? I don't give a crap about you anymore.
Are you just gonna throw me away then?
I sure the hell am.
You leave that man you're with right now and come back to me. You're supposed to be here helping your husband.
You are not my husband, though. And after marrying a man like my current husband, I learned something. That you are the worst man on this planet.
What?
My husband doesn't care how much effort I put into my work and doesn't ever say anything hurtful or rude to me. And in place of any of those horrible things, he will compliment and praise me for my work. He tells me all the time that he won't lose to me and will step up the effort he gives in his job as well. He's taught me that as a couple, you should never be a sore loser about the other person, but rather use them as a way to improve yourself. And since I've now learned that with him, I am never coming back to a pile of trash like you.
No way.
I am not going to listen to crap from you about how I needed to learn to read the air when all you could do was cheat on me with another woman and talk down to me like I was the idiot, when you couldn't give any effort at your job to make yourself more money than me.
What?
I'm glad to hear that the woman you loved so much has been married the whole time and that her husband is going to suck your pockets dry. It's what you deserve after being the most toxic and crooked husband a woman could possibly have. You always talked to me about how amazing of a man you were compared to me, so figure that mess out on your own since you are better than me. And with that, I don't want you to ever contact me again.
Listen to me, Aya. Hudson has been awful to me. He's been using up all my Social Security to pay off the settlement he was asked for. And it appears that the husband who was asking him for the money is loads already. But now he wants my son to give him $100,000 as the settlement. What? He wants that much from Hudson then, huh? Wow. You really got Hudson involved with the wrong kind of woman there, didn't you? And to make things worse, because of that, he's going to be quitting his job now. It seems that the man whose wife he was going out with has connections to the company he's been working for. And so for the past week, his higher-ups have been trying to force him out. He's really had to go through a lot of trouble this week, it seems. He lost the woman that he loved, the money that he had left, and the job that he was making said money from. So, this is why I'm asking you very kindly, Aya. Can you please come back to my family and help us out? What? After looking into you a little bit, we saw that you got another promotion recently. Right now you're making around $500,000 a year, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. I am thankful for everything that this company has done for me and for it changing my life exponentially. And luckily, I haven't been talked down to at all for taking this promotion, as both my husband and mother-in-law understand how much my work goes towards them. So by having all that support from those two, I really feel as though I'm shooting through the ranks of this company. And both myself and Hudson understand the importance of your job as well. So please, get rid of the husband you're married to now and come back to us. Really? A year ago, you were telling me I was in the wrong for making more than my husband, right? How the hell do you understand the importance of my job when you say things like that to me? That was a joke then. Right now, both Hudson and myself really respect you and your work. And thinking about things now, it's important for both the wife and husband to be making lots of money, right? Thinking about how the times have changed, you are really a fantastic woman and wife. So, from what I can tell, you're lying through your teeth right now about me. All to just try and get me to come back and help you two. I think that if you came back to us, you'd be the most important woman ever to us. And from now on, I will not be allowing my son to cheat on you any. I will be your friend until the end of time, all right? So please come home to us. I'm telling you right now that you'll never miss your current husband or his mom after this. I happen to know tons of great cafes in town where we can get coffee and chat. You are starting to disgust me now. So could you stop it with all that jabber? What? Also, it's not that fun for me to have to go out and drink coffee with someone that I despise a ton. So no thank you. I'm tired of being disgusted by you, so can we be done here? What? No, you hold it right there. What the heck? What do you think you're doing, calling me disgusting? Well, I'm just telling you the truth. You told me at first to divorce your son, and a year later you're back acting like that was all some kind of joke? And the moment things started to get bad for you and your son, you've come crying back to me, asking for my help, saying that you never meant anything back then? It's disgusting that you're behaving that way. That's the only way I can describe it. You're like some kind of housefly spreading all the crap on your legs all over my things. Excuse me? You did say that your cheating son happens to be really good looking. So I'm sure he'll find himself yet another woman to love in no time that you both can abuse. Let's just hope she's stupid and rich so that she'll fall into your guys' trap. Now I'm getting off my phone. I literally have nothing to do with you both anymore, so stop trying to get me back after you forced me away. After that, Hudson ended up leaving the house he was in to go back to living with his mom at her house. But before long, rumors began to spread around town about the mother and son duo that are so stupid they never knew that after a whole year, his wife had divorced him. And about how embarrassing Hudson is for running all the way back to his mother, crying for money to pay off the settlements. With rumors like that all spreading around about those two, it's a surprise to me that either one of them is still able to live in that town.
Because of all those rumors, Hudson found it really hard to get with any other women and resorted to going to speed dating parties. But after going to a few of them, they started to ban him for being too insane after asking so many girls to marry him and take him away from his mother.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.